everyone, Miss Debbie here, and I have another tip for you. This video has to do with promoting kindness and empathy in your classroom. Well, if we have kindness and empathy, everything else just falls into place. And you know how important looking for kindness is for me, because if you look for kindness, you're going to find it. So here's my kindness counter again. I have 2 bowls. One has a smiley face. Others filled with little gifts from God. See, I've already found kindness twice today. And it can either be the kindness counter's job, or anyone in the classroom, or even yourself. When you find kindness, we're going to put it in the bowl, and we're going to count it. It's going to be visible, and it's going to be measurable. And that's what we want. We want the children to go over and look in the bowls and think, oh my goodness, we need to look for some more kindness. Now, if your classroom might have some spatial issues, you can always use the kindness tree. And this can either just be stuck up on the wall, kindness tree. So when you find kindness, you're going to add some leaves. Again, it's going to be very visible. Another thing you can do is I have a little clipboard. It can be someone's job, or it can just be laying somewhere. And again, little chicken scratches, so it can count the kindness in your classroom. I also have a book that I created, and this is in the library area, Ways to Be Kind. And I found some images off the internet of children being kind and being empathetic. And at the end of the book, make sure you have some blank pages. So you, as a teacher, can document kindness, take some pictures and print them out. Or you can have your children draw pictures. The other day in my classroom, we have 2 brothers, Joey and Vinny. Joey was building a tower. Well, the whole tower just fell down before he was done. And he just broke down. Oh, he was crying. And his brother came over and goes, Miss Debbie, Joe was working on that tower for a really long time, and it fell down, and he's so sad. What should I do? I said, well, Vinny, what do you think you should do? Well, his face is like this. He's showing empathy. He's noticing his face. Should I go over and help him? I think that's a great idea. Ask him if he needs some help. Went over, asked his brother, accepted the help, built the tower. When it was done, would you like to document what happened? So they drew a picture at the end of our kindness book of them building the tower together. Another thing is stories. Probably the best one is in Stories of God's Love. We are friends. Open it up and there's different scenarios. And in this pamphlet, you can do it together as a class, or the children look at the different scenarios, and some are helpful and there's 1 or 2 that's hurtful. So the children would decide if it gets a smiley face or a sad face. Now, kindness is noticed at a very early age. There is a study from Yale University, and it's a puppet show. So the children are right there by the little stage they have, and they have a puppet with a ball. And this puppet's trying to get the ball go up the hill. Can't do it. Another kind puppet comes over. Together, they push the ball up the hill, and they rejoice at the end, and they're jumping up and down. The curtain closes. The same puppet with the ball comes out, tries to push the ball up the hill. Another puppet comes, takes the ball, runs away. The curtains close. Then they bring out, at the end of the study, the kind puppet and the unkind puppet. 80% of the time, the infants will either track the kind puppet with their eyes, or if they're old enough, will grasp for it. So that's pretty remarkable. Now we're going to talk a little bit about empathy. Empathy is not sympathy. It's a deeper meaning, and it has to do with sensing other people's emotions, noticing their faces. On this one, Stories of God's Love, We Are Kind, it has one of the characters, Ming, and his family, got a brand new dog. Ming's job was to make sure the dog had fresh water and food. His older brother's job was to walk the dog. Well, in this story, Ming's older brother gets sick. not able to walk the dog. Well, Ming is feeling empathetic for his brother for being sick and for the dog because the dog wants to go for a walk. So Ming asked his parents if he could take the dog for a walk. Problem solved, empathy is flowing. Just kind of like the golden rule, Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And that's what we want. Do you remember, I'm sure, either in your life or in your classroom, of a child coming in and they forgot their favorite stuffy or their favorite blanket or their whatever they have that makes them feel comforted? They forgot it. So they're not happy. And they're having a major meltdown. So the mom's saying, okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm sure you can find something here, it'll be fine. Well, in that child's eyes, it's not fine, so you're not being empathetic. In your mind, it's fine. He forgot his blue bunny, well, we have a pink bunny, it should work. So the analogy is, say for example, if you were at a store and you lose your wallet, well, I would assume you would, like me, would have a meltdown because there's my driver's license, my credit cards, my cash, and oh my gosh, what should I do? So you go home and you explain the situation to your spouse, and your spouse says, not a big deal, don't worry about it. Well, it is a big deal to us. So we have to put ourselves in the other, imagine how they feel. So again, when a child falls, oh, get up, you're okay. How do we know that? We're not showing empathy for that child. So again, that is a behavior that needs to be taught. And empathy builds social connection, and it helps regulate your own emotion. And probably the most important thing, it promotes helping behaviors. Remember that all behavior is a cry for help. I hope you found this helpful. And God bless you, and thank you.